It is Saturday, March the 29th, and I had to take a nap, y'all. Whew, okay. All right, y'all. Today was one of those days. This weekend was one of those weekends. I just needed a nap. I needed to recharge a little bit because, man, it is difficult going through the stuff that you're going through. Like, it is 2025. Why is it like it's 1815? And then, of course, you try to put it on with the little spin and the smile. But man, you're reading through endless comments of people just saying the most horrendous stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. This is a lot. I feel like a full aquarium filter, when it's all full of the gunk and you have to, that's what I feel like sometimes. Like I'm just filtering this gunk constantly. Like, ugh, when are we going to be done with this? This is gross. So yeah, today was, I needed to change the filter and just rest a little. And take a break from all the horrendous comments being directed at people who look like me for no reason other than I look like me. And there is an active, literal army of tens of millions of bots whose sole purpose is spreading Ray-Rayness through the two-teethers and beyond to make it seem like it's more prevalent than it is. And darling, the one thing that keeps me sane right now is seeing the boots on the ground and how many people are out, okay? When we look at the people, when we look at the bodies, when we look at the butts in the streets, we are seeing, what, 10 of them for every 100 of us? It's not even close. It's not even close. So I'm clinging on to that, baby. That's what's giving me life, is clinging on to the fact that the numbers are showing. These town halls are getting worse for Team Red. And the legislators, they're just tripling down on the nastiness. And it's wild. You saw this Greenland trip. These people went not only uninvited, the people begged them not to come. They lied about being invited. They went when they were asked not to come. It was so bad that the flight to get there was longer than the visit. They didn't even see anything. They just stopped at the base that was there and then just insulted the people. Oh yeah, we should be in control. We need to be in control of everything over here. Like, we are a hot mess shit show right now. Tell them, oh yeah, they need to be under our... Look, if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, you got ick from that moment. I got so much just ew, you aren't even wanted there. Talking about submit yourself to me. Just gross. So, it's rubbing, it's hitting up trauma points for me in all kinds of different ways because I grew up in steeple peopleness. So that self-righteous, I'm a man, so I know what I'm talking about. Everybody believe whatever I'm saying just because it's coming out of my mouth. Oh my gosh. The rise of the caucasity, right? Of people just saying things and then their opinion is a fact because it came out of their mouth. They feel it, so it's a fact now because it came out of their mouth. Speaking of facts that come out of your mouth, this other dude, Sugar Daddy Doo-Doo, went and sold himself his own company to try to hide the fact that it's losing money and it's failing. So he made up a price and bought it on paper from himself. This whole country is just a scheme for dudes like that to fail up at everyone else's expense. And he is propped up by people whose idea of any price includes letting him do it. Let him do it. Let him do it. Hey, he's fixing everything. He's fixing everything. I wish I could sell myself. I got a car outside that's probably worth $800. I wish I could sell it to myself for $20,000 and just say that's what it was worth. Oh my goodness, like just how nice it must be. How nice. So okay, anyway, well, talking about all these meetings that are going and leading up to the 5th, darling, that means that the other side is trying to figure out how to fuck with it and turn it into a hot mess and make it chaotic. Over there, my spies on the other side, they are thinking that it's supposed to be like a Floyd type thing, right? So they're like, ooh, yay, they're gonna go out and get violent, and they're ready to go out there and do what they did during the Floyd times, put on their blackface and their gloves and start shit, okay? And then go, look at all the blacks. Look at what the blacks did. That's what they're planning for. But then they realize something. They realize that we don't really plan on going. It's really for the alabaster accomplices for reasons that we already understand here, and I appreciate y'all for it. So now they're upset. And now the people that are angry at everything are like, well, it's Ray Ray if you don't make the blacks go out there with you. And I'm just like, nope, not going for it. Oh, those are the same people going, and where's Harris? Where is she? She wanted to be president. She should be saving us from ourselves right now and proving it. No, you told us all to sit down and shut up and go away. We don't know what we're talking about. We're uneducated. We just like her for all the wrong reasons. We don't know what we're talking about. None of the things we said are true. Blah, 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 blah. So, okay. So now we're over here going, no, we're not going to march, and no, she's not going to save you. And now you're like, well, that's Ray Ray. It's Ray Ray if you're not going to come out and save us. Like, so again, appreciation to those of you who understand the assignment. Ooh. Speaking of understood assignments, I saw a father talking about his son in a sports game. Okay, father, son, and one of the other kids missed the ball. And one of these kids made a comment using stereotypical food, talking about, oh, I bet if it was fill in the blank food, that kid would have caught that ball. And the man's son is asking, like, what does that even mean? Why is that kid saying that? And here's this man realizing, I now have to explain to, like, my 8-year-old what that statement means. And how messed up is that? And, I just wanted to say a thank you to folks who do that, and a reminder that folks do need to do that, because trust me, the Ray Rays are putting that into their kids from birth. From birth, it's one of the only values they're putting into them, along with Jeebas, okay? The only thing they're putting into them is Jeebas, and you're better than everyone else because of this. If they're a girl, it's Jeebas, and you can't marry black, okay? How do I know that? I live in Temecula. This is a steeple people town. They raise their little children on Ray Ray, and they go to schools with my son. When my son was 7, 8, a little 6-year-old girl came up to him, wasn't even one of his classmates, didn't know who he was, just knew there was a brown kid, mixed kid on campus, and went out of her way to say, my dad said I can't marry a black man. 6. Okay? So yeah, they are teaching their kids from birth. That's the only thing they're teaching. They're not talking to them about their preferences, who they are, their identity. They're ready to unhouse them over those things. But one thing they're going to make sure that they know is that they're better than everybody else just because of this. And so I appreciate folks who understand that. And I encourage you to really think about your friends, because if you have any friends that are less than loud about their progressiveness, they're on that side. Okay? Not everyone on that side is loud about it. They're not all proud of the hoods in their closets. A lot of them just call it, convictions, faith, classiness, or, they're not political. Or they don't talk about those sort of things. Ladies, because we go through it when we're dating, and you talk to dudes about that stuff, and you watch them fluffer over themselves trying to explain how they're awful without being awful, because they want to use you, but they know that if they tell you their true beliefs, you're going to run screaming. Well, didn't they just do that on Love is Blind? I didn't watch this season, but apparently a couple of guys tried to secretly be like, yeah, I'm an awful person with horrible views, and got left at the last minute. And even the creators of the show are like, yeah, we're having a hard time finding decent guys. They're getting more and more toxic, and we don't know what to do. Let's see. You could take a page from the UK. Okay. The UK has classes against toxic, what. That is how bad it is in this country, where we are producing nothing but angry male podcasters telling all the men that they should own women, and women are property to be used and discarded and bred, and all the stuff that they're doing. It's so bad here that the UK is like, all right, we have to give classes to our male students to combat that ideology that America is just pushing out there en masse, because they are a country of angry men, angry at the world, trying to convince everyone to submit to them for no reason other than they're angry men. Not all of them are this, but men of all shades try to subscribe to it, and then the ones at the top pick through the ones that they like and the ones they want to keep and the ones they don't. So just much appreciated to the ones that are out there doing the work, the ones that understand the mother-loving assignment, the people that get it. And like I said, we're hitting that critical mass point where, yep, time to drag them out. Time to drag them out. courts and law firms, and people are starting to fall in line with the regime. That's a no-no. When the fashion professors leave, it's time for us to march. For sure.